Alright, students, hello there. How are you doing? I hope you're fine. My name is Mr. Kennedy. I'm a lecturer at ICS in the School of Information Communication Technology. So, welcome to today's class, ICDL, and we're going to be looking at word processing using Microsoft Word. This is what I want us to look at after completely finishing. A look at computer essentials. We looked at the introduction to computers all the way to the safety of the computer. So today we delve in and look at ICDL word processing using Microsoft Word. So let's buckle up and let's get started. Now, I expect us to understand what Microsoft Word is all about, or what it is, what it does, how to work around it, and basically beginning with, we need to understand how to open it and how to close it, and how to work around with the backstage of that. So all that we're going to be doing it in our coming discussion. So ICDL word processing using Microsoft Word. So the first thing, we need to know how to open Microsoft Word. Now Word in Windows 7, the one I'm using, hope you're also using the same. If not, Windows 10, Windows 8, it is similar. You can just hit the Windows key on a keyboard and we'll get that. So you go to this start button here, and then you can pretty much go to all programs, and then just look for Microsoft Office. So mine is 2013. It will be 2014, 2016, 2019, or back to 27. Also, you do have the 2010 one. So you can choose whatever version you do have on your computer. So 2013, I click on that. It will open all the packages under Microsoft Word. So from there is where you choose Microsoft Word. So this is Microsoft Office, the entire umbrella, or the bigger umbrella for all that. So it contains OneNote, Outlook, PowerPoint, Publisher, Skype, Word. Well, Skype is just a Microsoft application, but it is not usually among these classes. So Word is right there. We click on it and it will open. So mine is opening Microsoft Word. It is a 2013 Word version. Now when it opens, it will come here. So you can get, you see this blank document. This is when you want to create your document from blank, from nothing whatsoever. Now there are other options which are right here on the left hand side. We have these ones, we call them the templates. The templates are the pre-made documents for us, or they have been designed already in terms of font size, the font style, the color, the shapes, and everything has been made. So for us, we'll go there and just change maybe the name and everything. So like for instance, this one here, it has name going there and the image going there. So when you download this, you'll only change the image maybe to yours and then the name. But again, you have the option, or there's capability of also editing the colors for the document, and even the font you can edit. But the good thing is that the design has been made for us, so usually someone doesn't go on editing the style and coloring of the document unless they liked the design and they wanted it in a different color. They can go on to do that. So these are the templates. Now there are different templates. There are those which are related to business. If you search for business, you'll get them. There are those which are related to business. Then you can just go back, and maybe flyers. You'll get pretty much a lot of them right there. The flyers. You go back and then look for cards. You can get pretty much a lot of templates to download and use. Personal. You can also check those ones out and get whatever fits you. You can use them. Holidays. yeah, you can as well check those one out and get one that suits you and use it. Now, so those are the templates that you can pretty much select from and work with. But usually, most of the time, you will draft a document using the blank document. So this is the option you're likely to choose, and this is the option we are going to choose. I've just highlighted those so that I show you or I tell you what they are. But in this one, we're not going to dwell much in it, but we're going to dwell much on this one here. So you click on that, and then it opens. It is a blank document. So now you are ready to rock and work in Microsoft Word, and that's how you open it. In closing it, you simply close it right there. And of course, we'll be looking at how to save and how to do the other things. So let's look at what we had prepared in the class of today. So Microsoft Word is a word processor that allows you to create various types of documents such as letters, papers, flyers, and faxes. In this lesson, you will be introduced to the ribbon and the new backstage view, and we'll learn how to create a new documents and opening existing documents. And I hope the new documents already have shown you, but however, we will again look at them because we do have other options that can help us create a new document. So those are the ones we're going to look at: the ribbons, the backstage view, the creating a new and opening an existing document. And as well, we've highlighted and said that word processor is Microsoft Word is a word processor that allows you to create various types of documents, and highlighting them: letters, papers, flyers, faxes, and any other sort of a document that you may want to create. Now let's start with the ribbon. Okay, so the ribbon, you really want to understand the ribbon because it is like the anchor point of this very software. So the new tabbed ribbon system was introduced in 2007 to replace traditional menus. The ribbon contains all of the commands you will need in order to perform common tasks. It contains multiple tabs. That's why we are calling it is tabbed. It contains multiple tabs, each with several groups of commands, and you can add your own tabs that contain your favorite commands. Some groups have an arrow in the bottom right corner that you can click to see even more commands. Take note of that. An arrow in the bottom right. We'll look at that. So this is what we are calling a ribbon right here. This diagram here tries to explain it. So can you take a view and look at those explanations, because before I weigh in. Okay, so as you can notice, the ribbon here, it is tabbed. Those are tabs. These are tab, home tab, and insert tab, a page layout tab, the references tab, mailings tab, review tab, and the view tab. So we click on command to do something. You can click on that to do something, as we will learn later what we do. Then we can say each tab will have one or more groups. So like home tab, it has a group of fonts. From here up to here there are groups. Then here up to here there are groups for paragraph and so forth. Maybe this one is for headings. Then this one here is for clipboard. So each tab will have one or more groups. Then we click on a tab to see more commands. So you can click on insert to see more commands. Like right now, we have clicked on home. So all this is under the home tab. So you can click on insert, you can click on page layout, you can click on references, mailings, view, review and view. Now something to note, the file is not part of the tabs. The file is there maybe to present to you the backstage view, and we are going also to look at that when we get to the backstage view. So you click on the tab to get more of that. Now before we go to backstage view, we may want to just come here, Microsoft Word, and see that practically. So I said home, it has all these functionality or all these groups right there. So we have the clipboard from there to there, font from there to there. So it works on the font, like we have the font type, the font size, the styles, either bold and italics or underline, and so on and so forth, the font color, so you can edit it at that. So all the things that relate to fonts, they are at this center, separated by those bars. That one you call it a group. Now something we also mentioned earlier is that at the bottom right corner there is always an arrow that gives you more options. So bottom right here, so there's that arrow. You click on it, you'll always get more options for the font. So font, it has all these headings, you can strike through, you can double strike through, and so forth and so on. So if you check it, then you're doing that. Hidden, all caps, small caps, and so on and so on. So those are more options on the font. Similarly to the paragraph, this center here works on the paragraph. You click on that, you'll get more options on the paragraph. This one here is for styles, talk about the heading, the titles, and so forth. So you click on that, you should be able to get more options. So that is pretty much it about the tabs. Now if you want to minimize that tab for it to this content, you can just, you see this one here, you can click on it, it will disappear. But if you want it to appear again, you can just go to home, then we will have it right there. You can click on insert. Okay, so right now if you click on it, you realize it disappears the moment you click somewhere else, because you collapsed it. So if you click on it and again come and click on this pin right here, pin the ribbon, it means I've pinned it. Did I click twice? Yeah, now I have pinned it. Now I can click here and here and here without it disappearing. But if I just click on it, that one is collapsing. So I click on that, but it will keep on disappearing. So maybe if you want the menu to only appear when you need it or when you want to use it, you can collapse it. But if you want it to ever be there, ever be at the top, no matter what, you can pin it right there, so that it is always there for you. And I prefer it this way because it will make my work easier. I don't have to click there before I click here. Just when I write a text, I click there and I'm good to go. Okay, so that is about the ribbon. Let's look at the next one, the backstage view. So backstage view gives you various options for saving, opening, and sharing your files. It is similar to the Microsoft Office button menu that was in 2007. So if you are using Microsoft 2007, you'll always find it under the Microsoft Office button menu. It is always at the top top left corner of the Microsoft 2007 Word. Now from 2010 to 2013, 2016, it has been changed into the file menu from the earlier versions. So however, instead of just a menu, it is a full page view, which makes it easier to work with. So it is not just a menu. You click on file, you'll get pretty much a full page menu appearing there, which we call a backstage view. So what we're talking about is this for here. You see that it is a backstage. So we have said it is an area whereby you can now be able to create a new document, to open an existing one, to save as, to print, to share, and so on and so forth. So backstage is on file. But when it comes to Office 2027, you'll always find something round at the top. You call it the Office button. You can always just click on it. I do not have 27 on my machine. I'd have tried to demonstrate that. Okay. So backstage. So the quick access toolbar. So the quick access toolbar located above the ribbon lets you access common commands no matter which tab you're on. By default, it shows the save, the undo, and repeat commands. So you can add other commands to make it more convenient. So the quick access toolbar, we are talking about this area here. If I can show you this one here, we call it the quick access. So we're saying by default it contains the save, which is that one, the undo, repeat, or sometimes redo. Yeah, you can repeat it. So it contains those, but you can always add on more parts. Like if you do that, you'll add that. If I check on that, I'll add that. So you can add as many other options as you want. So again, you can remove them. Just uncheck to be able to remove. You just uncheck like that. So by default, you'll always find those ones. That one, we call it a quick access toolbar. So no matter where you are, even if you go to page layout, even if you go to mailings, even if you go to design, even if you go to view, it is always there. So that is the quick access toolbar. Next is the ruler. So the ruler is located at the top and to the left of your document. It makes it easier to adjust your document with precision. If you want, you can hide the ruler to free up your screen space. So we look up to the ruler. So the ruler is usually at the top and the left hand side. So if you can just go to view and check ruler, you see that you get a ruler on left and right. But if you uncheck it, it will disappear. So we say that you can always hide it to make sure that it is not always there. So if I do that, I'm ensuring that the ruler is always there. So I can have that ruler there, and the work is that it helps you to edit your document very easily. So you can take you can be doing something like if you're drawing, for example, I am drawing a shape, but I want to make sure that it fits a certain measurement. No shape, let me just use a shape that. So if I want to draw that, you see that I can use the ruler to to be able to just be precise on it. So yeah, the ruler happens to play that important role, so that you are able to edit your work or to make sure that you are accurate. So creating and opening documents. We want to now see creating and opening documents. So what files are called documents? When you start a new project in Word, you will need to create a new document, which can either be blank or from a template. You'll also need to know how to open an existing document, and that is what we're going to be doing in this class. Also, to create a new document, to open an existing document, and also we want to learn how to save them. So let me just go back and be able or pretty much show you how to do that. So delete that. So assume we are here, we open, this was a new blank document when we were opening Microsoft Word. But now suppose you are already in Microsoft Word and you have finished making this document right here. You've saved it and you want to create a new document. How do you do, or how do you go about it? You go to File, then New, then click on Blank. It will create a new document. Now, mind you, the other document will still be there. It's open right there. But now I've created a new one right here. So you can be able to edit that one and again save it. So that is how you create a new document. Now, how do you go about opening an existing document? So we are using the backstage view. Click on that, then click on open. It will bring you all the recent documents right here. These are the recent document that you opened. However, if you do not see it, the document that you just need to open as per now, if you don't locate it right here, then it gives you an option to be able to browse. You click on computer, then if the folder is not there, you can always browse your computer. Let's say yours is in downloads. You go to downloads and click on it and open. It will open that document. So that is how you do the opening. So that is creating a new document and opening a new document. Now, on top of that, I think I need at this juncture to show you how to save a document. Now, if you try to close there, you'll be asked. If you didn't save it, you'll be asked, want to save your document to document 1. If you want to save it that way, you can always click save. But if you don't want, you can say don't save. If you don't want to proceed to closing, you cancel. So if I cancel, I'll be taken back there. If I do this and I say don't save, it will close without saving. But if I click on save, I'll now be directed to where to this window that appears, so that I can be able to specify the file name and the storage and the file type. Then I save it. So I haven't saved it yet. So let me just close it, but I'm not going to save it. So don't save. So it closes it completely without saving. But however, I want to use this new document to generate a dummy text. No, dummy text, if you want to generate a dummy text in Microsoft Word, you can just type lorem, then hit enter. You'll always get that. Just type is equal to lorem brackets, then hit enter. That's a dummy text. The common dummy text in computing is equal to lorem. It's lorem ipsum. Lorem. You'll get a dummy text. So let me save that. Maybe I can just add a title, our lorem ipsum. Now it's time to save. How can we go about saving? Now, one way is if you try to close here, you'll be asked to save and go on and save. That is one way. The other way is go here and click on save. Now, save happens to be different from save as. Now, here is the difference. Suppose it is a new document. When you click on save, you'll be prompted to specify the file name and the file location. So if I click on that, I'll be prompted where do I want to save that. If I want to save it on the desktop, I choose the desktop. Then at that point, I need to now specify the name of my file right there and the type. Now let me go on. After you're done with that, you just save. The document will go straight out to the desktop. Let me cancel that. But what I want to do now is I want to open a folder on the desktop. In the desktop folders, I want to open a new folder. You know how to create a new folder. You just right click, new, then folder. Then I'll just write class Word documents. So that means my work documents, I'm going to be saving them inside here. Now where is that? It is in all folders on my desktop. So I should be able to know the location where I want to be saving my work so that I can have that. So whenever I'll click on save and I'm prompted to enter, you realize that I do not have the classwork here. So you click on desktop, it will open desktop. But however, you don't want to save it on the desktop. You want to go on and specify that very folder. So it was inside all folders and then in class documents. So here is where you are going to save the document. So you specify the name and then the file type. So file type, you can save it as a Word document. It will a Word document, that means it will have an extension .docx docs. It will have that. But we have these other templates. You can save it as a Word micro enabled documents. But the important one, let me just highlight, it is that Word document or the PDF. I hope you know the PDF. Yeah. So you can save it as a PDF. Now this option is always there, I think from Office 2010. In 2007 we do not have that option. So saving as a PDF is there in 2010. So you choose that, then you save. Then you click save, then you'll be done. Now that is save. Now suppose you've saved it and it's there, and then you just come and make slight changes and say you just add some new text. Now whenever you click on save, it will now not prompt you to the name of the file because you saved it initially. Now whenever you click on save, you'll just be capturing the changes. You're just adding the changes and saving them. You do not go on to specify that. Now if you want to specify a new name, despite you having this document saved under a certain given name, but you want to save it anew, you just always click on file, and instead of using save, you use save as. Now despite the document already being saved, you can now save a second copy, maybe with a different name, or you can save with the same name and replace it. But we save it a different name. Maybe I want to save in the same folder that I just chose, all folders. I save it there, and then I write ipsum save. Now I've saved it as our lorem ipsum. Now if I want to open that, you realize it's now in our reasons. It is on the top for lorem ipsum. I've saved it that way, and then the directory is listed right here, desktop, all folders in class Word documents. So if I just add some text, now since I've saved it already, whenever I just click on save, on save, changes are captured and I'm not prompted to save it anew. But if it were a new document, this one here, and I click on save, I'd be prompted to save. So I hope now you know the changes. Save as when you're saving it new, or you're saving it with a different name. But save, if you're saving for new, you'll specify the name. But if you made changes, you just capture the changes. That is the work of the tool. So now you know how to save it and save it in the folder. So if you close that, it will go it will disappear without any prompt or anything. So I'll open Word again. Now you see our recent documents, Lorem is among them. So if I just go on and open and Lorem, it opens. So very important to note that. Compatibility mode. Sometimes you may need to work with documents that were created earlier versions of Microsoft Word, such as Windows 207 or Word 203. So when you open these types of documents, they will appear in compatibility mode. Compatibility mode disables certain features, so you'll only be able to access commands found in the program that was used to create the document. For example, if you open a document created in Word 207, you'll only use the tabs and commands found in 207. So compatibility, because we saved it in 207 and 2010 has different features. If you open it here, it will bring about the compatibility issues, or it will only be open in the compatibility mode. So right now we do not have a Word document, but if we were having the one that was created in 207, then we would be having we'll try to look at it, but we do not have that. But know that anytime you open that, there will be compatibility issues. But also there is an option to be able to convert to the current version. Now you can convert it straight away and be able to use the full tabs. But if you want to leave it there, you can just go on and use the available options and save it to the same format, so that it should again remain in Office 207. Because it happens that sometimes you're sharing the file with people who are using 207. If you convert it to in 2010 or 2013, then it will bring compatibility issues. So let's look at the text basics. It is important to know how to perform basic tasks with the text when working in word processing application. In this lesson, you'll learn basics of work text, including how to insert, delete, select, copy, cut, paste, and drag and drop text. Now, I want to just highlight that copy, cut, paste, we learned them when we were doing computer essentials. So you may want to go and check those ones out. So I'm just going to be checking the others: the insert, the delete, select, drag and drop. We are going to look at those. But the other one, we looked at them. You may want to just check out the first, I think, 2 classes. We looked at them. So working with the text, if you are new to Microsoft Word, you will need to learn the new basics of working with the text, so you can type, recognize, and edit text. You'll need to know how to insert, delete, move text, as well as find and replace specific words or phrases. So before there, let me just show you how to select. Selecting is highlighting, so you just do that. It will be there. If I want to highlight the text, the last text, I do that. Now, if you want to highlight the entire document, you cannot start here, because if you start here going up, that one will be half. If you start there going down, that one will be half. You always have to start at the end so that you go straight. Now, what I'm doing with my mouse is that I'm left clicking. You left click and hold. You click and hold. Hear that? Tick. You hold, then whenever you reach the end, you let it go. You hold and drag around, you let it go. Now, the other option for selecting all, you remember that we looked at it when we were introducing. The shortcut for that is hold Control, then I click A. It will highlight everything on the document. However, in this one, I want just to highlight this in capital, Then of course copying, you right click and copy, you right click and cut. We learned that. So this time I want to maybe deleting, highlight. You can as well right click and cut. It will cut it off. However, there is deleting, there is a backspace on the keyboard, if you can notice it. Now where the cursor is, this blinking thing here, call it a cursor, where it is right now, if I hit backspace, it will delete towards the left. That is backspace. Now there is another button on the keyboard called delete. If I hit that from where that cursor is, it deletes nothing. Right now I'm hitting it, but it's deleting nothing. Why? Delete only works towards the right. So on the right of that cursor there is no text, so there is nothing it deletes. But if I put it here, what do you expect it to do? Whenever I hit delete, it should delete the content towards the right. So if I hit it, you see it's deleting. Okay, so that is how delete works in Microsoft Word. So when I want to delete towards the left, I can use backspace. When I want to delete towards the right, I can hit delete. So those are the two challenges there. And then there is dragging and dropping. You can drag this text, you highlight it and drag it. See that I've dropped it there. So what you do is maybe highlight it and just right click and hold and move around your mouse. Whenever you want to let it go, you drop it. You let the click go. That one we call it dropping. Highlight, left click and hold, move around with your cursor. You ensure that you move from the text, and then you click and hold, then you move around. That one we call it drag and drop. So to insert text, to delete text, we've looked at. To select, to copy and paste, we looked at that. Now to insert text, I hope you know that insert text is very simple. You click just there and start writing. That is inserting already. Click where you want to put the text. I want to put it there, let the cursor be there, and my text content goes there. Right there. Then you finish, you save it. So I think this is pretty much it for today. Hoping to see you next time. God bless you. Bye bye. Take care. So let's look at the text basics. It is important to know how to perform basic tasks with the text when working in word processing application. In this lesson, you'll learn basics of work text, including how to insert, delete, select, copy, cut, paste, and drag and drop text. Now, I want to just highlight that copy, cut, paste, we learned them when we were doing computer essentials. So you may want to go and check those ones out. So I'm just going to be checking the others, the insert, the delete, select, drag and drop. We are going to look at those. But the other one we looked at them. You may want to just check out the first, I think, 2 classes. We looked at them. So working with the text, if you are new to Microsoft Word, you will need to learn the new basics of working with the text, so you can type, recognize, and edit text. You'll need to know how to insert, delete, move text, as well as find and replace specific words or phrases. So before there, let me just show you how to select. Selecting is highlighting, so you just do that. You'll be there. If I want to highlight the text, the last text, I do that. Now, if you want to highlight the entire document, you cannot start here, because if you start here going up, that one will be half. If you start there going down, that one will be half. You always have to start at the end so that you go straight. Now what I'm doing with my mouse is that I'm left clicking. You left click and hold. You click and hold. Hear that? Tick. You hold, then whenever you reach the end, you let it go. You hold and drag around, you let it go. Now the other option for selecting all, you remember that we looked at it when we were introducing. The shortcut for that is hold Control, then I click A. It will highlight everything on the document. However, in this one, I want just to highlight this in capital. Then, of course, copying, you right click and copy. You right click and cut. We learned that. This time I want to maybe deleting, highlight. You can as well right click and cut. It will cut it off. However, there is deleting. There is a backspace on the keyboard, if you can notice it. Now, where the cursor is, this blinking thing here, call it a cursor, where it is right now, if I hit backspace, it will delete towards the left. That is backspace. Now, there is another button on the keyboard called delete. If I hit that from where that cursor is, it deletes nothing. Right now I'm hitting it, but it's deleting nothing. Why? Delete only works towards the right. So on the right of that cursor, there is no text. So there is nothing it deletes. But if I put it here, what do you expect it to do? Whenever I hit delete, it should delete the content towards the right. So if I hit it, you see it's deleting. Okay, so that is how delete works in Microsoft Word. So when I want to delete towards the left, I can use backspace. When I want to delete towards the right, I can hit delete. So those are the two challenges there. And then there is dragging and dropping. You can drag this text. You highlight it and drag it. See that I've dropped it there. So what you do is maybe highlight it and just right click and hold and move around your mouse. Whenever you want to let it go, you drop it. You let the click go. That one we call it dropping. Highlight, left click and hold, move around with your cursor. You ensure that you move from the text, and then you click and hold, then you move around. That one we call it drag and drop. So to insert text, to delete text, we've looked at to select, to copy and paste, we looked at that. Now to insert text, I hope you know that insert text is very simple. You click just there and start writing. That is inserting already. Click where you want to put the text. I want to put it there, let the cursor be there, and my text content goes there. Right there. Then you finish, you save it. So I think this is pretty much it for today. Hoping to see you next time. God bless you. Bye bye. Take care.